Hi, I'm Dave Perdue, the Trademark Wahoo. Today I'd like to talk to you about an important issue for trademark owners. Trademarks are not static, and by that I mean trademarks are used in connection with a product or a service provided by a company, and services and products tend to change over time. By that I mean, if a trademark starts out as being used in connection with a single product, over time, the trademark owner might introduce new and sometimes different products and sell those under the trademark. I had a case recently where a client had registered a trademark in 1962 for the product which was the beginning of the company. In 2014, we looked back at the registration from the 60s and realized that the product line sold under that trademark had expanded dramatically, and sales had climbed into the millions of dollars annually. The trademark registration had not grown with that. So, when we realized the deficiencies in the 1960s registration, we recommended to the client that it apply for a new trademark registration that listed the original product, which was still being sold, and the new products that were being sold under the mark. This registration issued last year, and the client had begun international sales, so we registered the mark not only in the US, but also in Europe and China and Canada. In this way, we were able to update the trademark in the client's portfolio so that the registration matched the current state of the business. Because trademarks are not static, it's important to take a look at, occasionally, the products and the trademarks that belong to our clients. There's a fancy name for this procedure, and it's called a trademark audit, but it's really not complicated. It's simply a matter of sitting down with the client and looking at the products that are being sold under the trademark, and then going back to check the trademark registrations to see if things match up. If not, it may be the case where a new trademark application should be filed. In some cases, I have found that a client stopped using the trademark, and so when it came time to renew the registration, we didn't, because you're not allowed to renew a trademark registration if you're not using the mark. Sometimes our clients register trademarks with graphics, something in the nature of a logo. My first recommendation always is to register the words that make up the trademark. But sometimes the logo is very distinctive and the client wants to protect it with a registration. Clients and their marketing firms seem to have a penchant for freshening up the logos. And so we also find in the case of registered trademark logos that the mark has been freshened up to the extent that the mark that is registered is so different from the mark that the client is using, it's time to file an application for a new registration. There's another important part to conducting a trademark audit, and that involves reviewing the client's promotional materials and packaging to see if the client is using the trademark properly. A trademark properly is used as an adjective and followed by the common name of the product. So, if we see packaging where the trademark appears, followed by the common commercial name for the product, then as trademark attorneys, we smile. But sometimes clients get a little bit carried away and they like to use the trademark by itself. This is bad. This is something that happened with the now famous name Escalator. It started out as the trademark of the Escalator Moving Stairway Company. But over time, the Escalator Moving Stairway Company started using escalator by itself to refer to its moving stairways. And over time, escalator was being used by itself and it referred to a moving stairway. As a consequence, escalator no longer served the trademark function of identifying the source of a product. It became the common commercial name for the product, and in trademark circles, this is known as genericide. The trademark became the generic name for a moving stairway, and Escalator Moving Stairway Company wound up having its trademark registration canceled because Escalator was no longer a trademark. Now, sometimes it's difficult to get a client to sit down and take the time to do a trademark audit. But over the years, I've learned to be persistent. And even though my clients sometimes resist, when the audit is concluded, we all feel like something important has been accomplished. So please don't hesitate to spend some time with your trademark attorney and audit your products and the packaging and the promotional materials and the use of the trademarks. And remember, you'll do better in Toledo.